Hi everyone, I'm Faisal, founder and CEO of PyLabs. Welcome to PyLabs Demo Day 2020. This 8th cohort marks an important milestone for us. We've now reached 50 investments across Europe with the addition of the 5 new startups you'll see in a few minutes. This year is unique in other ways. It's the first time we're running Demo Day from our living rooms, and I wouldn't have believed that to be possible last year. These are truly unprecedented times, which has prompted me to look back to 2015 when we first started PyLabs. We launched with a vision to take the real estate and construction sector into the digital age by finding and investing in the most promising prop tech businesses and technologies. We've seen some great prop tech success stories along the way, such as London-based Landtech, which is helping developers find and due diligence development opportunities, an Amsterdam-based Office app, which is enhancing the occupier experience for offices across Europe, and Bulgaria-based Office R&D, which has become the backbone for a lot of co-working and flexible offices around the world. Some of these businesses have gone from growing from 2 people to a headcount of over 100 in just a few years. It's been an incredible journey. And as investors, we're pleased to have navigated the ups and downs alongside our startups and helped them overcome the trials and tribulations of starting and scaling up a prop tech business. There have been lots of lessons learned along the way, and we look forward to bringing those lessons to bear and supporting our latest batch of 5 businesses as they embark on their journeys. I'd like to thank you all for attending and watching as we reveal our latest 5 startups to the outside world for the first time. And I'd also like to take a moment to thank everyone that has been part of our ecosystem globally. These are the individuals and companies who have helped us and our portfolio companies, including our 70+ mentors, the 100 or so co-investors and follow-on investors that have invested with us into companies, our LPs and our shareholders, but last but not least, our 80+ founders across Europe, who are now mentors to the next generation of prop tech entrepreneurs we invest in. Thank you for supporting us and our startups. On that note, I'd like to hand over to my colleague Boyan, who will welcome the 5 teams. Over to you, Boyan.
Thank you very much for that, Faisal. And good morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Boyan, and I'm the program manager of the PyLabs Accelerator, the 16-week program that aims to support earlier stage investments through a series of workshops, mentors, investors, and relevant industry contacts. We started this program on March 2nd, and really for the first 2 weeks, it started as any of our previous 7 programs, with teams settling in our freshly painted office and various speakers joining us in person. Fast forward 13 weeks to today, and we have completely digitized our program. To date, we've made over 120 connections to mentors, investors, and industry players. That amounts to over 400 individual meetings. We also tried calculating the time we spent on Zoom, but that one's taking a bit too long to work out, so we'll just settle on a lot. One of the most important ingredients in the success of a startup, especially such an early stage one, is to have a great deal of perseverance, to keep grinding regardless of the challenges that you may face. And in light of what the world has faced in recent months and the progress that the teams have made in that same time, I don't believe there is anyone who has showcased perseverance to such a degree as this year's cohort. That's why I'm super excited to share our latest 5 B2B teams with you. The run of the show for today will be very straightforward. You're all currently in the main stage area, as you can see from the tab on your left-hand side. Here, teams will shortly begin pitching one after another, and at the end of the pitches, I'll make a short summary and ask all of you to join us in the expo area. You can find this again on your left-hand side, just below the stage option, and is where each team will demo their solutions. We'll do 5 consecutive 15-minute slots, each of which consisting both of a product demo and time for Q&A. So by the end, you would have hopefully engaged with 5 different teams and seen all their demos. I do want to take the time to encourage all of you to actively participate in these demos, as you'll be able to join with video and speak to the teams directly. Not only is it by far the most effective way to engage with teams, but as an added benefit, you'll also be saving the teams from feeling like they're speaking to themselves for an hour. And I'm sure you can all relate to that one. So without much further ado, our first company for today is Propster, and their team based out of Vienna, who are already changing the way new developments are configured and the way that developers engaged with consumers. So without any further ado, can I please invite Milan, founder of Propster.
Thank you for the introduction, Bojan. As already mentioned, my name is Milan. I'm the founder and CEO of Propster, and I'm really excited to introduce you to Propster today and show you how we solve one of the biggest challenges in our industry and drive digital transformation. Propster is an online configuration and collaboration platform. Wouldn't it be great if you could configure your property like you configure a car with a configurator? Just imagine you would buy an apartment, you could configure your living room, your bathroom, your kitchen, or even your garden based on a pre-approved and suitable product list. And wouldn't it be great if all the relevant informations and documents would be stored on one platform and you could communicate with all relevant project stakeholders? Additionally, wouldn't it be amazing if property companies could not only save money with the configurator, but also earn money with the configurator by simply adding consumer-related services? This is what Propster can do. Property companies and their consumers configure, communicate, and collaborate through one platform. But why does our industry need a configuration collaboration platform for property developments? Unfortunately, property companies have to deal with several major issues in their developments due to consumer needs. With consumers, I mean buyers, tenants, and also investors. And an investor could be a private investor, but also a commercial investor, like a big insurance company, for instance. Everything starts with the product selection, a very time-consuming process for the property companies. Unstructured communication and incomplete documentation leads to lack of transparency, and what is even worse, execution errors. And the last issue is lack of consumer-related services is leading to frustration and unsatisfied consumers. The problem is that these issues are leading to extensive time, effort, and costs. Let's just think about a residential property development with 120 units. We can see our customers, they spend more than 1,250 hours on the product configuration, the specification process, the individualization process, and the warranty process. Additionally, these challenges can be seen in different segments of our industry. Our customers have to deal with it in residential property developments, office development, investment property, house building, even in serviced apartments and student residences. Needless to say, the potential is huge. We want to use Europe as a Kickstarter to build a global business. In the next 5 years, we want to focus on the 3 main areas. Residential, where we can see only in the top 14 EU countries every year, 90 million new square meters built. On the commercial side, we can see every year 21 million new square meters built. And the third area we want to focus on is refurbishment. We are a so-called SaaS-enabled marketplace. That means we are not only participating on a SaaS revenue model, we get commissions out of every product and every service which have been chosen through our platform. That means we have, based on the previous mentioned top 14 EU countries a potential yearly revenue of 2.4 billion euros. With our configuration platform, we want to reduce the time effort and make the whole process more efficient. I already mentioned the residential property development before. We can help our customers to save at least 50% in working time. This means we can help them to save over 600 hours. And the best thing is that we are already doing this for around 80 customers in 180 projects across Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and Slovenia. And we haven't only acquired these customers within the first 2.5 years, we have also achieved proof of market, proof of concept, built more than 1 million euros with a monthly recurring revenue of 30,000 euros, and we have a managed asset value on our platform of 3 billion euros. To achieve high goals, you need the best team. We are experts in real estate and digitization with many years of experience. I have a marketing and digitization background. I'm working for more than 15 years in the industry and founded my first company with 21. One of my co-founders and sparring partner, Andreas, has over 20 years experience in our industry, has an architecture background, and is responsible for business development and our marketplace. I'm really excited to announce today that we just closed our seed round, and we have raised 2.5 million just before demo day. It's crazy. I could dance if I would be on the stage. Now we want to acquire our first customers for UK to build a global business, and also connect with investors to discuss our planned Series A. Thank you for your attention, and I'm looking forward to present you our demo version right after the presentations.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that, Milan, and again, congratulations on the fundraise. Our next company is based out of Paris and is working on increasing the productivity of investment and asset managers. They do this by automating data collection and back office work, two things that no investment or asset manager should deal with. May I present to you Guillaume, co-founder of Resolution. Hi, Guillaume, I'm afraid we can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Boyan, for the introduction. So my name is Guillaume Boucheron. I am the co-founder of Resolution, and I'm very excited today to present you our solution that I created with Brian Laley, and which is dedicated to investment and asset managers. So imagine flying a plane without even knowing what your fuel reserves are. This is the very basic issue and pain point that real estate, investment, and asset managers have to face, and that we address thanks to our solution. Resolution is a company made up of 7 people, including 4 developers and data analysts. Brian, that used to run a family residential portfolio, has a background as a head of project in Schneider Electric and Rocket Internet. I have a tax lawyer background. I worked I was specialized in structuring real estate investment, and I worked in the Paris offices of major American law firms such as Baker McKenzie and Latham & Watkins. We are also very happy to have in our team Nirol Patel, the former COO of BlackRock Real Estate, as a board member and as an advisor. Nirol helped us for the purpose of the product development and the business development as well. So the very basic issue that we address is the ability for asset managers to access data, even basic data, such as outstanding rents and accurate rent roll in relation to the assets under management that are consistent and updated. And this issue of this accessibility of data triggers, on the one hand, a major loss of productivity that can be assessed to 40% of the time spent by asset managers on data collection, data cleaning, and data crunching. And this loss of productivity results from the time that asset managers have to spend as a result of the lack of any tool available in the market to automate this back office work. On the other hand, the issue of the accessibility of data also triggers an issue in terms of data reliability, which is for now limited to 80%. This situation results from the fact that for now, the asset managers have to wait for the reporting sent on a monthly or quarterly basis by its property managers, which are often external property managers, to have at their disposal a vision on basic issues such as outstanding rents. And this process of data transmission and data collection is for now made on a fully manual basis. So what we will do with our solution is to fully automate the data retrieval from the property manager to the asset manager on a live basis. We directly plug our solution on the IT tools of the external property managers in order to fully automate the data collection without any intervention from either the property manager or the asset manager. Consequently, we are able to provide with back office automation and major operational efficiency. In terms of business model, we provide with a B2B SaaS business model with recurring revenue. We charge selling up fees, which are based on time spent, and it being noted that the implementation for one source of data usually lasts between 20 and 30 days. And once the solution has been implemented, we charge subscription fees based on the number of sources of data and the number of users. In terms of business traction, we have 10 clients for now, including 6 paying clients. And our main clients for the time being are Foncière, a French-listed asset manager with 1 billion euros of assets under management, specialized in offices. We also work with FNA Asset Manager, a French asset manager with 500 million euros of assets under management. We also work with Savills, the property management department of Savills in Paris. And we also have advanced ongoing discussion with a major European asset manager based in London in order to help them to retrieve data from different European countries as from September. What we have achieved so far. In 2018, we have developed the product. And last year, in 2019, we have started the commercialization of the product. And we have also finalized the implementation of our solution with our first clients. In the first semester of this year, we have developed new features such as cash flow feature, and have also completed the pilot programs. So what's next? In terms of product, we will release very shortly a new CRM feature, which will comply with the specific needs and expectations of investment and asset managers. More generally, our strategy is to focus on major players, meaning with more than 1 billion euros of assets under management, which most of them have their European headquarters, either in the UK or in Germany. And why this strategy? Because the pain point we address is the more intense for this player. As a result, we are looking to raise £2 million by September, mainly to hire heads of project, data analysts, and developers for the purpose of the implementation of our product. And finally, our vision with the feature already available and the ones in development is to become the state-of-the-art automation tool for data collection and data analysis dedicated to global investment and asset managers. And we definitely hope you will join us on this journey. Thank you very much for your attention and your listening. And we will be very happy with Brian to provide a demonstration in the expo area and to answer any question that you may have. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that, Guillaume. And as he mentioned, you get the chance to see the product in greater detail in the expo area later. Our third team for today is laser focused on improving construction efficiency. They're working on eliminating data silos and digitizing contractual workflows in construction projects. May I present to you Delian, co-founder of Structure.io.
Hello, everybody. My name is Delian from Structure.io, a software as a service that enables asset owners, property developers, and contractors streamline their construction project delivery. We do this by combining compliance, productivity, and collaboration into an easy-to-use platform with real-time reporting capabilities. We're a founding team of 4 friends that have known each other, well, in some cases since forever. We have a combined 40 years of relevant experience. Myself wrote my first line of code around primary school, but most recently worked in management consulting. Ivan developed a cybersecurity framework used by more than 20,000 employees. Plamen worked at a startup lender as head of analytics and helped grow the business to 1.5 billion assets under management. Martin supported the government estates transformation program and managed multiple office projects from ideation through construction to handover. And our advisor, Nigel, managed multiple multi-million types of programs across real estate, oil and gas, and infrastructure. Now, it may come as a surprise to you, but according to KPMG, 75% of asset owners and contractors continue to use manual processes and multiple systems. They cannot easily obtain real-time project information. In fact, construction projects continue to be managed using hundreds of emails and spreadsheets and multiple single-use tools. Let's imagine how the problem plays out for a property developer. Tom is the project manager at the property developer. He needs to send daily emails to his subcontractors and his own team regarding payments, progress updates, risks, and much more. Each month, he needs to allocate several days of his time to manually aggregate all that data and prepare a report for his director, Sarah. Sarah, in turn, receives that report, but also many other reports from her team. She needs now to manually aggregate those reports to understand the entirety of her portfolio. But the problem goes beyond simply wasting hundreds of man-hours. Having information in various systems leads to mistakes, such as working with wrong or outdated information, leading to multiple claims and disputes in the industry. But since information takes so much time to aggregate, by the time the report is done, it is at best 3 to 4 weeks old. Sarah is forced to be reactive with her portfolio management approach. And tools out there simply amplify the problem. Even with the state-of-the-art systems, project managers need multiple logins, information extracts, and supporting spreadsheets. Data remains in silos and in various formats. Now, Structure, on the other hand, combines all commercial process and project information into an intuitive and easy-to-use platform. Structure ensures cross-project consistency, eliminates emails and spreadsheets, and simplifies the reporting cycle. We provide an elegant solution to compliance, productivity, and collaboration. And our secret sauce is a proprietary method that allows the rapid digitization of construction contracts and processes. So instead of forcing our clients to use a predetermined set of processes like other systems do, our platform fits right within their ways of working. And the opportunity for such a business is enormous. McKinsey estimates 65 trillion spent on construction capital projects over the next 10 years. 60% is the estimated productivity uplift from more collaborative contracts and collaborative ways of working. And 400 billion per year is potential savings from integrated project control solutions such as ours. Our business model is based on a license fee based on the project value. We estimate long locking type of licenses since we target large asset owners and property developers. And this is strengthened by the fact that we provide real-time project critical information, which is invaluable to senior decision makers. They have an incentive to onboard new construction projects as they're procured to capture the full benefit of our platform, creating recurring type of revenues for us. In terms of traction, we have secured a highly competitive Innovate UK grant and a pre-seed round from PyLabs. We have completed the development of our MVP and have agreed paid pilot terms with a main contractor who would like to use our solution to manage more than 15 million of construction projects. We have signed NDAs with one major infrastructure client and a global property developer that are managing upwards of 1 billion in construction pipelines, exploring where to deploy our solution. Going forward, we're raising a seed round to do 2 things. Build up our sales and success teams to convert more than 20 leads that we have now, and focus product development on getting the product market fit bang on. Short term, we estimate 1 million revenue in 2022, but long term, our vision is to transition the industry from opinion-driven to fact-based decision-making and become the platform of choice for project controls in the industry. Thank you very much for your attention, and we look forward to speaking with you after. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we have Brightspaces, who are building the new way of showcasing commercial space, as well as optimizing the pre-leasing process. I'll leave it to Bogdan to give you a sneak preview of what office showcasing can really look like.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bogdan, and I'm the co-founder and CEO at Brightspaces, the first interactive showcasing tool for office space. Right now, in Europe alone, we have 1.2 billion square meters of office space. Presenting the majority of this space is usually incomplete and lacks interactivity between landlords, agents, and tenants. Why is that? Well, mainly because they are using basic websites, PDFs, and printed presentations, and overall scattered information on all sorts of online and offline environments. This makes the pre-leasing process costly and inefficient for all participants. Actually, this is how the pre-leasing process looks like. The landlord needs an internal tool in order to keep track of their vacancies and their leads. Then they have to engage with digital agencies in order to create websites and presentations. Furthermore, if they like to have 3D floor plans, they have to contract other types of tools like Archeologic Floor or Room Sketcher. And all of these tools are totally disconnected from the lead generation solutions like agents, shortlisting software, or independent marketplaces. And that means that the tenant only receives basic, incomplete information. Because of this, even before coronavirus, there was a growing trend in the adoption of new remote visualization tools like CGI imagery and videos, 360 tours, web and headset VR, and even augmented or mixed reality. We see a great potential in this market, and for us, in Europe alone, the addressable market of medium and big landlords is of more than 1.6 billion euros in annual recurring revenues. I now introduce to you Brightspaces with the vision of becoming the standard experience in showcasing office space worldwide. With Brightspaces, tenants are able to view 3D floor plans, which are directly connected to real-time availability. If they like one space, they can ask for a live visit or an offer request, and this again goes to the landlord's CRM if they have one. If they don't have one, they can use our own basic CRM feature. The product is constantly growing, and we are now working on a total cost estimator feature and also a manual drag and drop feature with AI suggestions for the fit outs. This is how the pre-leasing process can look with Brightspaces implemented. Not only that we bring the best-in-class showcasing experience, but we connect to existing tools like CRMs, ERPs, and marketplaces in order to bring to the tenant the most relevant, complete information about the building and the available spaces. Brightspaces is an end-to-end experience in the pre-leasing process, whereas all the other tools are just disconnected features. Our business model is a SaaS. It is simple and it is linked to the total building size and to the vacancy. For example, for a 25,000 square meters building, the setup fee is 12,500 euros one time, and the average monthly fee is 2,500 euros. Last year in September, Brightspaces was born. Soon after that, we managed to raise our first pre-seed round of 185,000 euros from an early stage VC and a group of angel investors with high connections into the Romanian real estate. Then we got accepted into PyLabs, and right now we're working with our first paying customer, the 5th biggest developer in the world. We want to go global, so we started discussions with many big landlords. Right now in our pipeline, with high chances of closing in the next months, we have 5 big international landlords with over 1 million square meters of office spaces under management. I started my tech journey back in 2008 when I created a digital development agency. Andre, my co-founder, followed, and he became my partner immediately after that. And together, we managed to deliver over 250 digital experiences for clients worldwide. Last year in April, we participated as an agency in the first regional PropTech hackathon organized in Bucharest. We won the leasing challenge and the main event. And that was the point where we said to ourselves that we have to exit the agency and to start the product startup. We chose 3 of our most valuable colleagues, and that's what we did. As a team, we proved ourselves because in less than a year, we managed to win 6 PropTech and Startup Awards. We're now looking to raise 1 million in seed that will be mainly used for sales and further product development. We look at a runway of 18 months, and we want to get to more than 150 clients with 200,000 euros in monthly recurring revenue. We want to be ready for Series A at that point. We have a great experienced team. We are backed by a VC, a group of angel investors, mentors, and also PyLabs right now. Our MVP is ready, and we already have early traction. So we're confident to say that in less than 5 years, we will become the standard showcase of office spaces worldwide. Thank you for listening. I'm looking forward to showcasing our demo in the expo area later and to answer all of your questions.
Awesome. Thank you very much for Bogdan. As he mentioned, you get the chance to learn more in the expo area. Our final startup for today falls just a tiny bit outside our typical SaaS-oriented mentality, and is also our youngest founding team to date, which makes it all the more impressive. May I present to you our final speaker for today, Jack, co-founder of HouseBots.
Hi, everybody. My name's Jack. I'm the co-founder and CEO of HouseBots, and we are building wall-climbing robots. Working at height is one of the most dangerous things one can do in their professional career. Every year, 45,000 people will fall from a height whilst at work just in the UK. It's the single leading cause of work-related fatalities. People, unfortunately, losing their lives every year, again, just in the UK. The cost associated with any work at height project can be astronomical in the form of scaffolding, cherry pickers, or access, and can often represent more than 50% of the total cost base of these work at height projects. All in all, 500,000 working days will also get lost in people falling from a height, getting injured, and needing to take the time off work, costing upwards of £1 billion every year in insurance and productivity losses, with some people needing care for their entire lives. Traditionally, buildings are inspected and maintained using antiquated, dangerous, and expensive methods, such as rope access climbers, as you can see on the left, scaffolding, and cherry pickers, with the building on the right-hand side taking 3 weeks to assemble the scaffolding and £100,000 in scaffolding cost alone, and all they did was put a clear protective paint on the outside of the brick. And the exact same goes for infrastructure, where it's ridiculous and fundamentally dangerous that in 2020, we still suspend people underneath bridges and use cradles in inspection and maintenance of our most critical infrastructure assets. The HouseBots wall climbing robot provides zero danger, massively increasing on-site health and safety as nobody has to leave the ground, can operate 3 times faster end-to-end due to not needing to set up access or scaffolding, and has zero access costs, crucially leading to more than a 50% total cost reduction for these work at height projects. However, our first focus is using our technology for protecting buildings through exterior paints. There's currently 225,000 dwellings in the UK suffering from damp issues due to having inadequately protected brickwork. The UK government, in a housing survey last year, outlined a further 7 million dwellings constructed in the same construction method and may be susceptible to these damp issues in the future. And this first focus area alone for our technology has a potential £500 million total addressable market. But it doesn't stop at painting. Our unique technology is the climbing platform that we've developed, with its ability to climb rough surfaces, overcome obstacles, and carry a large payload. And it's that underlying technology that can be adapted for many use cases, such as other areas of painting, including industrial and warehousing, external building works, inspection of buildings, inspection of industrial assets, silos, power plants, cleaning and monitoring of large structures such as bridges and dams. We've made great progress with clients so far, and have pilot projects agreed with companies like the Bell Group, who are the UK's largest painting and decorating firm, holding most of the Housing Association and Council exterior paint projects, and Highways England, interested in piloting our equipment for inspection of their large concrete bridges. On the partnership side, the most notable being Safeguard, who are Europe's largest manufacturer of the clear exterior paints I mentioned earlier. Co-founders Harry and myself have known each other since day 14, and now I look after the business side as CEO with a background in sales and commercial, having worked at the giant that is IBM. Harry's the technical lead on a project with a background in engineering from Loughborough University, and we currently have three full-time members of staff, Jenna, Mike and Gabe, all of whom hold deep academic experience in robotics and automation from respected UK universities. The genesis of our idea comes from Harry being asked by his parents to paint his home, and whilst dangling off a ladder, realizing what a dangerous and repetitive task it was, perfect for automation, before going off to make the first prototype as nothing more than a project in his spare time. We got together in 2018 and have since raised 350,000 in pre-seed funding, got our version 1 prototype to a working and pilot-ready stage, and have a patent pending on that fundamental underlying technology I mentioned earlier. Now, we're laser focused on cementing our product market fit and completing those agreed pilots with our early adopters, leading up to a fundraise of £2 million early next year. With that fundraise, we're working to create 5 robot teams to perform the first iteration of our business model, a full service, whereby we provide the operator, the robot, and do the job on behalf of our clients. The fundraise will also allow us to develop our version 2 robot, as you can see here, allowing us to move into a robotics as a service business model with existing contractors using our equipment. Throughout this journey, we'll be capturing surveying data with our robots as they perform jobs to lead to an exciting endpoint of building the world's most comprehensive high-fidelity data set on infrastructure and building structural integrity data. I really look forward to showing you more videos in the expo area of how our solution can profoundly change the health and safety and cost of working at height.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Jack. And this marks the end of the pitches. We'll now continue, excuse me, we'll now continue to the expo area where, as I mentioned, you have 15 minutes to see each company's demo and ask any questions that you might have before moving to the next company. I also want to take this time to thank our mentors and partners who have been an immense support and a guiding light to our 5 teams. When in week 2, we suddenly had to leave the office, we felt that naturally a large part of the value that the program brings will be lost. But thanks to you and to the wider ecosystem, we managed to turn this challenge into a real opportunity. And here we are today, gathered at our biggest demo day event to date. So I want to thank everyone for joining us at the main stage, and I'll now ask all of you to go to the expo area, which, as I mentioned, you can see that on the left-hand side just below the stage, and choose which team to watch first. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.